Hi guys! So a couple weeks ago I had my neighbor Katya with me and we showed you how to make some amazing oatmeal cookies. So this week we're going to show you how to make a pumpkin pie because I think I make a pretty good crust and Katya makes an amazing filling. So this pumpkin pie is really easy and delicious and it's perfect for this time of the year because pumpkins are everywhere and it's almost Thanksgiving.
So let's get started.
Now we're going to start by making this beautiful pie crust from scratch, for which you want to combine 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour with 1 tablespoon of granulated sugar and 1 teaspoon of salt. I have here a cup of cubed butter that is super cold. I've actually popped it into the freezer for 15 minutes and I'm just going to add that to the flour mixture and work it in with either a pastry blender or a fork. Using cold butter will result in a flakier crust and you can find an explanation for why on the blog. When pea-sized morsels of butter are dispersed throughout the flour and the mixture resembles coarse breadcrumbs, you're going to add in some ice water. This is half a cup and it's basically just water with ice in it to make sure that it's nice and cold. But obviously don't add in the ice cubes. And what ice water does is it just helps keep the mixture nice and cold. Add 3 to 4 more tablespoons of ice water as needed and then gently pull the dough into a ball just until it's combined. Then you want to divide the dough into 2 portions and wrap each one with cling film. This recipe makes enough for 2 pies, but I actually like to have some extra dough and you'll soon see why. And now you just want to chill the dough for at least an hour before using. I recommend overnight. When you're ready to roll, literally and figuratively, dust a work surface with some flour as well as the ball of dough. And you just want to roll it out to about 1/8 of an inch or 1/4 of a centimeter thickness. And just add some more flour if you need it. To move the dough more efficiently, I just like to roll it back onto my rolling pin and then unravel it onto my pie plate. Then just nudge it here and there so that it settles nicely onto that dish. Now using a sharp knife, you just want to trim off some of the excess. Leave about 1 centimeter of excess remaining and then just tuck that inwards, and then you can crimp the edges. I like to do this by taking the thumb and the forefinger of my left hand and the thumb of my right hand and just pushing in to create sort of a V shape. You could also go about this by just pricking the edge with a fork. Now you're going to chill the pie crust until you're ready to use. Now with that other ball of dough, here's what I like to do. I like to take some fall themed cookie cutters, these are just some leaves, and just cut out some cool shapes. You can really get creative with this. And you want to place the leaves onto a parchment lined baking tray and brush it with a little bit of egg wash, which is basically just 1 egg beaten with a teaspoon of water. Sprinkle atop some granulated sugar for a nice shine, and then you want to pop this into a 200°C oven for 20 to 30 minutes or until golden brown. Now Katya is going to show you how to make the filling.
This is actually a family recipe from my grandma. We make it every Thanksgiving. Start off by adding 2 cups of pumpkin puree into a bowl.
Now we made our own, and if you'd like to learn how, just click the link to my step-by-step blog post.
Next, pour in 360 grams of evaporated milk, followed by 2 whole eggs. Then tumble in 1 cup of brown sugar. You can also use half a cup of white granulated sugar and half a cup of brown. Then add 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon to the mixture, followed by half a teaspoon nutmeg, half a teaspoon ginger, and half a teaspoon allspice. If you own pumpkin spice, you can replace all of these spices for it. We also added in half a teaspoon of salt. Whisk everything together until your result is a silky smooth mass of orange. Pour the mixture into your pie crust.
Just like the leaf cutouts, we're going to brush the edges of the pie with some egg wash, and then sprinkle the edges with a little bit of granulated sugar for a nice shimmer.
Bake at 230°C. After 15 minutes, turn the oven down to 176°C and bake for 35 more minutes until the center has more or less set. Let the pie cool slightly before serving. You can decorate the pie with leaf cutouts.
We also scattered across some fresh cranberries as well as some pumpkin seeds.
Serve with whipped cream and a touch of cinnamon.
This pie is perfectly spiced. That light, flaky pie crust pairs beautifully with that creamy, mousse-like filling. This dessert is definitely a valuable asset to any fall spread.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you really like this recipe and we hope you try it out. comment, like, and subscribe. And as always, the full recipe is on hotchocolatehits.com. Have a happy Thanksgiving!